Hey folks, Jeff Little here. I'm actually set up as the Torpedo rep here at Jake's Bait and Tackle in Winchester, Virginia, and I brought my NRS CUDA 126 to kind of show people how I have it set up for a day of fishing. One of the things that I've changed in recent years in terms of using using inflatable as a platform is I've moved my tackle from back here to up here. And this is gonna seem a little weird that you dig into my BlackPak and there's a little bit of tackle in there, but it's other things. It's my beef jerky, it's my baby food, my water, leader material, more camera stuff, the GoPro dome. I don't keep a lot of tackle in the BlackPak. It is sort of my everything else. Actually, I usually have it in there too. So this has sort of become a junk drawer instead of a tackle box, which is good because it keeps, when I have a big wave train of water coming through here, I don't have loose items washing out. Everything is contained in this, and that's important to to not lose gear. I also use, and this actually has some of the trash from the last trip, and we did a trash cleanup at the last location that we took out. Jake and I were on the Susquehanna yesterday, and I always use this Lakewood bag as I used it for a while as the sort of the junk drawer, but I've switched it over. This is where I keep my trash, because if I don't contain my trash and I leave it somewhere loose, it blows out, and I don't want to be littering. I want to be the person that removes the litter from the access point at the end of the day. So that leads us to, where is your tackle? I love having it in front of me, and this setup allows me to do it. This is the Lakewood sidekick, and I have some soft plastics in these pouches and some other things in terms of changing out my treble hooks, but I have all my treble hook baits here in the middle. Got some, looks like I got a Spro Little John in there, some rattle traps. Look, I'm pulling so much out of there because I've crammed up too much stuff in there. But I have it set up for some river trips where, I got my lipless rattle baits there. I got all my crankbaits. Marty, come in closer. We can get a good look at these. These are some of the crayfish crankbaits that I've hand painted with that counter shading. I do have my jackhammers in there. Some of these, that's a gold shiner. That one gets used a lot. Some of these are ones that I've tied my own skirt on. Got some jerk baits coming up the side here. This is probably my favorite dirty water jerk bait. That contrast is a Lucky Craft Pointer 100 in Aurora Green Perch. It's really one of my favorites. And we're getting to that cooler time of year where we're gonna get back into that start-stop sort of presentation working. I'm gonna be on the road a good bit, and I'm probably gonna fish some shad-based lakes, and that smaller deep diving Little John, that sucker finds so many concentrations of fish for me. So I'm gonna move this over and make room for them. They give you this, and we're gonna call this the candy cane. This is so that if you sticky
hooks.
They're sticky. If you drop something down in there by accident, ooh, you're not getting it. But the candy cane, actually, this is the end that works best for it.
Genius.
Lifts up, and then you can get at that. So I'm gonna have to take a minute and find a place for him afterwards. I also have all of my twin spin spinner baits here, and I've made them. The two wires that come up like this it's something that is a bait that takes up a lot of room normally, because you have that that sort of, it protects the hook from snagging in the, in the brush where I like to throw these. But having this, the way that I make it with the oxygen tubing ring on there, I compress it down on there, and it makes it so you can get a lot more spinner baits in this style tackle box. This Lakewood Products Sidekick Mini. So I push that down, turn it upside down, and I have it organized. My darker colors, my greens, which are more natural, and then I transition over towards white. I have some, regular standard single spinner baits in there as well. And I got a few finesse buzz baits in there as well. So a lot of different variety of things here. And then I got two of these 3600 style boxes. One is, and I'll just say this is just my finesse jigs. And here, turn it to Scylla. Scylla, come here. Say hi. We got all our team Torpedo anglers here, so good to see you.
Good to see you.
So finesse jigs in different, different weights. I like that bristle guard, but whatever. All my finesse jigs in one box, and those rigging bullets for the scented jerk shad. So that gets its own dedicated box, and it fits in there. And this is all the different terminal tackle. So if I want to do some deeper water, tungsten bullet weight, Carolina rigs, or put a bead out in front of a swim bait when we're banging into the stocks of the spatter dock, doing some snakehead fishing. Do you ever do that?
Snakehead fishing?
No, I know you do snakehead fishing. I'm asking, do you ever put a bead out?
I have not. No.
It actually deflects off the stem and kicks it out, so you snag less. Anyhow,
have to see you rig that.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
We'll go over that.
Yeah.
So, grip pin hooks for the Elastec, a little bit everything. I always carry a couple of these little guys, these trout magnets. That thing catches everything. When the bass fishing is not good and I just want to catch some of the big bluegill that I see everywhere, that's a really fun thing to do.
Do that with marabou jigs.
Yep. That's I'm gonna say a scrounger, but it's a pulse fish or pulse jig jig head. So they make that down in South Carolina. Anyways, I got a little bit of everything in there, and what this does is, having this Sidekick Mini right here in front of me, the expression out of sight, out of mind comes to, it makes me think of, hey, this is, this right in front of me is much more accessible as opposed to having your tackle back there. I like having it all right here in front of me. I can flop this one. This is the Lakewood billfold. And I zip this back, and I got all my soft plastics. I got my bat wings.
Palmetto bugs.
I do have some palmetto bugs. I've been doing well with that. Scented jerk shad, redfish toad. That's been a very good one for me recently. Whatever. I got all my soft plastics there. Some more in the side pouches, but the concept of, I have not abandoned the BlackPak. I like it for capturing everything else. My tackle is...
This is the tackle you use
this
mostly.
This is tackle, and then this is the everything else.
Okay.
So, you're coming up to the Native Watercraft Big Bass Power Hour,
I am,
right?
yeah.
So, Lakewood has donated one of these as a prize.
Okay.
So this will be on the prize table,
I like
the
that a lot.
Sidekick Mini for the...
Does it have a shoulder strap?
It does, but I don't have it on there. But yes,
Okay.
it does. I usually carry it in like this.
Yeah.
I
See, this will fit nice under my seat.
flop this like that, and I got my boga attached, and that's it. That's my tackle.
I like that.
So
Never seen that before.
yeah, they were kind enough to donate one, and it's really for it's a benefit side pot. It's the biggest bass that's caught in there.
Right.
Gets half the money. The other half goes to the Susquehanna River Keeper. And the whole point of doing this is to have people ask, what's a river keeper? And whether you're coming to this tournament, coming in from Indiana or South Carolina or somewhere local, say it's another Virginia angler, you should look up who your river keeper is. We're lucky enough to have a Shenandoah river keeper,
We do.
and to have that person's phone number in your, on your phone, in your contacts, so that when you're out on the water and you're like, I see something that isn't right, I can call them up and say, hey, I'm going to take some video, send it to you in a text,
Algae area, like heavy algae areas.
whatever it is,
yeah.
have a relationship with that river keeper and be able to get into contact with them. That's the point of this side pot. But we've had a lot of really good donations. A whole lot of Z-Man stuff. Yak Attack's getting us a tan BlackPak.
Oh, the new ones, yes.
Yeah.
The sand, desert sand,
Yeah.
what's it called? Yeah.
So I've covered that in other videos, what's been donated, but this was another one that recently with Lakewood donating to this, and basically, whoever gets the biggest bass is going to get half the money. But then, that top spot is also going to get first crack at the prize table, and then whoever gets the second biggest bass gets the next crack at it, and on down the line. So it's going to be I can't imagine that, we have so many different prizes. Go watch the video. The thumbnail just says prize is really big. That covers some of the other stuff that's in there.
Tell me, I missed it, but where is Lakewood at?
So Lakewood, these are actually made in Wisconsin.
Okay.
So I ran into him at the Major League Fishing event in Tulsa.
Okay.
I had met him before. Actually, I'd met Steve, I can't remember where, but I've known him for a while. But it was that event where I'm like, this actually makes sense for me getting tackle in front of me. And I think there's some boats that are designed, like I remember having a Wilderness Systems Thresher that had that pod, and it's right there. Hobies do that well with the hatch, and tackle in front of you where it's more accessible. And this is just one way that I'm doing it.
Yeah, I like this because for the kayak to put under my seat, but I also like because a lot of times I just jump on my friends' boats,
Right.
and I'll just pull my boxes out of my BlackPak and put them in a backpack.
Yeah.
Now I could just easily put them in here, and and I keep my rods in a rod mule.
They have
I'll
some
just grab
really
my
cool
rod mule, grab this.
They
box,
have
and
really
I'm
cool
good to
stuff
go.
for people with the bass boat, and this is pretty.
But that's
They
for
got
me.
cool
I don't-
stuff like pedestal based,
Organizers and
boxes.
stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
they got a lot of stuff for folks that hunt, for people that bow hunt, all sorts of cases. But check them out, Lakewood Manufacturing.
I definitely want to check them out.
But yeah, Jake's is having their 10-year anniversary event today, and Scylla and Marty, who's filming, is Team Torpedo representation. Vincent was here a little bit earlier. Just thought I'd take a minute and film, how I've kind of redone tackle organization on an inflatable kayak. Thanks for watching.